Apologize for dropping the feed there. We've tried to relaunch the stream again. Hopefully this one will stay connected. Strikes him out.
And there's one away. Coming up next to bat for Sentinel is number 3, Josh Cross.
Count 1-1. We're updating our feed header on the YouTube broadcast, so please pause with us as we update the pitch count 1-2 manually, and then we'll do it on the scoreboard overlay here in a second. And another strikeout.
And there's 2 away. Coming up next to the plate, number 2, Tristan Toro.
All right, so apologize for those that lost the feed earlier. If you're wanting to watch the games concurrently, you can go after this game is over with to playlist, watch clip 1. We will clearly mark those for you so that you know that it's a 2-part game. We're going to do our best to run off of Wi-Fi for the next 2 games to see if it's a little bit more stable with the wind and weather patterns right now we're having. Innings shaping up thus far much like the top of the second for Sentinel. Oh, gives him the corner. Strikes out the side.
And the top of the inning comes to an end. It is still 4-3. With Shattuck in the lead, Shattuck preparing to come up to bat.
So Bulldogs strike out. Indians get the side, and they will be up to bat bottom of the 4th inning. Their lead continues since the first inning when we had a brief 1-1 tie. Indians jumped out 4-1, then 2 unanswered runs in the previous top 3rd inning for Sentinel. 4-3 is the game score. Generally speaking, you look out for days that are rainy, not necessarily excess wind, but that's exactly where we're at today. It's not necessarily cold outside, but with the wind, it makes it feel a lot cooler than it is.
It's the bottom of the 4th inning, and stepping up to bat for the Shattuck Indians, number 14, Cooper Johnson.
Wi-Fi password, is that what y'all need? Sorry.
If you could just type it there, please. Thank you. 1-0 count. Outside again, so he's going to give him the inside corner. Been very consistent on that call each batter. 1-1. 2-1 count swings. The ball's going to go foul, make it 2-2. Ricochets off the right field fence. I feel like I'm in one of those little runaway mini mine train roller coaster seats. Just kind of hopping along here. Fly out, one down.
And there's one away. Batting next for Shattuck, number 21, Josh Bay.
Outside. And back 1-1. Only takes probably one hit cycle through before you know kind of where your strike zone is going to be. He's been very consistent giving that inside corner, even at the knee up to the waist. Fouls it off 1-2. Evens it up 2-2. Hits the batter, runner on.
Runner now on first base. Next to the plate, number 9, Will Pockner.
That one had to hurt. So 0-2 count will resume. Runner returns back to first.
Slip and slide.
Had the old afternoon in Oklahoma. Right month, just wrong place for the little banana peel and the garden hose. Checks him in safe at first again. Ball is outside. Runner goes. Ball is hit right to the pitcher. We'll have a fielder's choice. 1-3 on the ground out. 2 down.
Coming up next to the plate is number 2, Jesse Gibson. There's 2 away.
Hits him again.
Runners now on first and second for the Shattuck Indians. The next batter is number 6, Braden Whipple.
So 3 out of 4 innings now. Shattuck has had 2 runners on. Each inning that they have got somebody on second base, they have been able to score a run. Doing so in the first and second bottom innings. They have stranded a total now of 8 base runners, though. So if you're Sentinel, you have to be thrilled to death that you didn't break when you bent. Shattuck looking once again here to extend their lead. Runners steal second and third uncontested. 1-1 pitch count will resume. Gets him in the dirt, 1-2. Two count. It in plays to the shortstop. Another fielding error. Run scores. Make it 5-3.
And a run will cross the plate. Score is now 5-3 with Shattuck in the lead. Next in the batter's box, number 26, Blake Buller.
All right, so the full count pitch momentarily was definitely a pitch for strike. So the 2-2 takes them to a single infield error. 2 hit batters, counting for the 1 run that scores unearned, and then now on third. So Sentinel falling into kind of a rut here. Runner steals, drops the ball again. Team is closing their glove before they're getting the ball, and it's happening regularly, even missing it on the ground, trying to pick it up with their hands. Generally in hitting clinics, you're taught when it's a hot potato or a really sharp hit, you try to deflect it and knock it down any way necessary, preferably not using your face or head. So I get that there are times when you want to use your glove as a defensive weapon, but in this particular case, you got to grab all these infields. There's already been 7 errors, and there could have been about 9 or 10 more. Ump is very consistent. He is giving that corner even if it's breaking balls or curves. Money pitch is hit hard all the way out to center field. Rolls, scores 1 more, 6-3.
And another run scores. 6-3 now your score.
Meeting at the mountain for the Bulldogs here. We may be looking at a pitching change.
Batting next for the Indians will be number 20, Tate Charmison.
Unfortunately, hasn't been necessarily bad pitching. It has just been bad fielding. Some of the flyouts, misreads in center field and right field you can get because of the wind trajectory of the ball flowing and moving so dramatically. But the infielding has been a disaster for the Bulldogs thus far. Second base, first base, shortstop, and third baseman all have errors. 2 of them have 2 and 3 each. Left fielder has an error. Right fielder has an error. And it has just been kind of one of those days to where Shattuck has maximized their opportunities better than Sentinel. Wicked wrap down to the third base. Another bobble, another error. I think he threw his foot right off the bag. So runner steals second, and it is just more of the same.
Runners now in second and third.
Another run scores, though, for Shattuck. 4-run lead, largest of the game.
Batting next, number 18, Drew Taylor.
So by my count, that is the 8th official error. There's 2 or 3 more that were borderline. Pinch runner substitution at second base for the Indians. So for this one to head to any kind of potential run rule, we would be needing at least 4 runs here in this inning. And then hold off in the 5th top part and get your outs. Otherwise, you'd have to literally win by 10, which would mean 6 more runs. To the second baseman, pivots, throws, 4-3 ground out. So it didn't strand 2.
And the 4th inning will come to a close. Shattuck is in the lead by a score of 7-3. Sentinel preparing to come up to bat. As we mentioned earlier, the winner of this game will be meeting the Cashin Wildcats, who defeated Lomega earlier in a run rule game. Final score was 10-0. The runner-up will get Lomega at 11:30 tomorrow morning. Game temperature is 61 degrees. Winds are gusting up to 45 miles per hour right now. I'm sure for those of you out there right now, it probably feels like 75. All right, Sentinel preparing to come up to bat. Top of the batting order, and batting will be number 8, Jack Wooten. It is the top of the 5th.
Just a reminder for tomorrow's and Saturday's games here at Lokiva. All toss-out times 11:32, 4:30, and 7. Could be a little bit of a delay for Saturday's games if there are plaque presentations, though, so please govern yourself accordingly. In for a ball. Fouls it off 2-1. Hit right in between the shortstop and the second baseman for a single.
Runner is now on first base for Sentinel. Your next batter, number 24, Brady Wooten.
Bulldogs definitely need a run here. Find themselves now in a 4-run deficit. Halfway toward a potential run rule loss. Flies out to right. Runner remains on first.
And there's one away. number 5, Jake Healer, will bat next.
Normally, a flyout is a good thing when you want to tag up and load, but unfortunately, with it flying in shallow right field, being right there at first base, sitting duck trying to go to second, so the Bulldogs unable to convert there on the flyout. However, they are successful. Wow. Stolen base. And right past the outstretched hand of the second baseman, stops it in center field. Run will score on the RBI single.
And a run will cross the plate. And it's now 7-4. Next up, number 9, Jett Cunningham.
Next game up will be a battle of the Chieftains versus the Elks. Calumet versus Elk City JV. That game should toss out approximately 4:30 p.m., possibly later. Nice hit right into center field, so put them on first and second.
Runners now at 1 and 2 for the Bulldogs. And next to the plate is number 17, Will Leslie.
Final game for our Prep Nation TV triple header coverage will feature the Binger-Oni Bobcats versus the Lokiba Sickles Panthers. Game should be at 7 p.m., closing out day one action here of the 2022 Lokiba Baseball Tournament. 7-4 lead right now for Shattuck, as was mentioned earlier. Cashin victorious in game one of the tournament, 10-0 over Lomega. Schools in Oklahoma have always fascinated me. It is Lomega School in Omega, Oklahoma. Then you get the tongue twister here, where most people call it Lokiba. Locals will correct you in a heartbeat. Or Lookaba, exactly right. I've covered games for Vi-Sci and Vichy. Runners are both going to go. Catcher unable to find the ball in his own glove, kind of bouncing through the face guard there in between his mid. 1-2 pitch count will resume. Of course, every time I use GPS on my phone, it tells me I'm heading to Chickasha or Loudon. And he gets him watching. Bad at bat. You have got two runners in perfect scoring position. You just can't take that kind of pitch.
And there's 2 away. Stepping up next, number 4, Braden Green.
Last at bat, number 17 had 2 strikes, straight arm style, and then he drove one over to the fence in center field. Unable to duplicate that, and now he is doing a running session. Still a lot of old school coaches in Oklahoma that make you do a suicide or a sprint if you strike out. So if Sentinel is somehow, some way unable to score any of these runs here, they are going to regret this particular arrangement, because at one point they had 2-1 with only 1 out, and they've already scored 1 run. 3-0 count corrected there, sorry. Ball goes wild, so he can steal plus advance to first, in safe. Ball goes all the way to the third baseman. 7-5 is your lead.
score. Runner on first base. 7-5 your score. And next up is number 15, Ethan Leeper.
Strike is in, safe at second on the stolen base and uncontested. And so 2 innings now. Sentinel has had 2-run innings. They are looking to try to get 3 or more here in the top of the 5th. Fouls it off. 1-2 count will resume. Gets him lunging. So they strand 2, score 3.
And that will bring us to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is 7-5. Shattuck still in the lead, preparing to come up to bat. And if your mouth is starting to get gritty from all of this dirt that's flying around, then it's time to zippy on over to the concession stand and get you some Ice Chest tea. Ooh, yes, that will definitely refresh you. Of course, pop available as well. All kinds of other drinks like Powerade and water. So head over to the concession stand, get yourself refreshed as we get ready for the bottom of the 5th.
Misspoke there. 2-run score. All right, so game definitely looking like it will go the full 7 here. Both winner and loser know who they will play tomorrow. Loser this game will slot to the Lomega game. Winner will go meet Cashin. Indians up to bat, bottom of the 5th inning, just about to begin. Game 2 on the day, first of 3 games to be covered by Prep Nation TV with our triple header coverage day 1 here of the Low-Key Bicycles Panthers baseball tournament.
Bottom of the 5th inning, the Shattuck Indians come up to bat, and batting first, number 10, Colton Jones.
That was a wind assist. Oh, 2 pitch on its way. outside, back-to-back balls, 2-2. Almost got him, full count. Stays live, 3-2 count will resume. And walks him.
Runner now on first base for the Indians. Taking his turn at bat now is number 14, Cooper Johnson.
Ball is going to hook foul. Now on first base line. Checks him in safe at first. 0-2 pitch count remains here. Two. Ball put in play, perfectly executed right out to the left fielder. Runners first and second.
Runners now at 1 and 2 for Shattuck. And next at bat is number 21, Josh Bay.
In high ball one. Make it 1-1 after the strike. And 1-2. wicked curve there for the strike.
And there's one away. Next to the plate is number 9, Will Puckner.
Trouble ball there, falls just in front of the left fielder. Bases loaded.
Bases now loaded up for the Indians. Next up to the plate is number 2, Jesse Gibson.
Fouls it off 2-1. And 2-2. Right down the first baseline, 1 run scores. Second run rounds third, heads home. He'll be in safe at first and second, 2 RBI single, 9-5 Shattuck.
And 2 runs will score. It is now 9-5. Shattuck leading. And the next batter is number 6, Brayden Whipple.
Perfectly placed ball along the third base line, unable to get to it. Third baseman just watches it roll out to left field. 2 runs score. Shattuck now has him on first and second. For us to have a run rule in effect here, Shattuck would have to have 4 more runs to win by 8 after 5. Very lucky that that did not ricochet off of his bat. Because the way that he had it held, it could have very easily rolled right out toward the pitcher. Ball is in the dirt, bounces back though. 2-1 count will remain. Runners stay on first and second. calls the ball. Strike, 2-2. Don't know if the wind is blowing in every area in Oklahoma like it is here today, but boy, let me tell you what. We are literally just rattling inside the press box here. You can see a window shaking. There's a breeze every now and then that kind of comes through that pane, shakes my camera, even feel the chair and the floor moving. Fouls it off. 2-2 count will resume. Full count. Shattuck has been pretty aggressive on the base paths. I've been resting to see if they jump this pitch and try to steal regardless if it's hit. And bases remain loaded. Take that. Yeah, he pulls back wisely so. So once again. All right, so potential game-winning run here at the plate.
Stepping up to the plate now is number 26, Blake Buller.
Gets him out ahead. 0-1. 30th pitch of the inning for the Bulldogs. They've had a couple of other innings of 26 and 28. Check swing. Ball is called low. 1-1. Make it 2-1. And 3-1. Sentinel clawed back in this game, making it 7-5 after being in a 7-3 deficit. Over to the first baseman. Over to second, trying to see if the safe call will apply or if they get both. So he's in safe at first, out at second.
There's 2 away now. Next up is number 11, Jett Fitz. 10-5.
Substitution runner for batter remaining on third, base runner I should say. So we get a 6 fielder's choice tag. They just missed the inverted 3-6-3 double play. Goes out to second. They're going to get him on the throw out. So Indian strand 2.
And that will bring it into the 5th inning. Your score is 10 for Shattuck and 5 for Sentinel. Sentinel preparing to come up to bat. In our next game, we'll be featuring Calumet and the Elk City Elks JV. We wrap up the night tonight with the Binger Oni Bobcats and the Lokiba Sickles Panthers.
So Shattuck again strands runners. That is, I believe, 13 for the game now. I could be off one, though. It's hard to complain when you're up 10-5. However, you add up some of those runners, and this could have easily already been a run rule victory for the Indians. Bulldogs need another rally in response. They trimmed the lead from 7 to 3, 4 being the largest lead for either team in the game. Sentinel only led briefly 1-0 in the top of the first inning. So now a high lead of 5 runs for Shattuck. Keep in mind, run rule in effect is 8 runs after 5 innings have been played. Shattuck is your home team, gets the final at-bat if necessary.
Wind machine for today's game provided by Mr. and Mrs. Blowhard at Blow Me Down Enterprises. Their motto is, "We'll blow you down." Top of the 6th, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Top of the 6th inning. And batting, number 3, Josh Cross. And updating the scoreboard.
And in for a strike. Make it 0-2. Just off the corner, 1-2 now. Money pitch fought off, so 1-2 count will resume. Infield pop-up. It is hooking foul, and it is going to go over the dugout, so 1-2 will remain. Ball hit in place, perfectly spotted in between shortstop and third. Single for the Bulldogs.
And a runner now on first base for the Bulldogs. Next at bat, number 2, Tristan Toro.
Back-to-back strikes. And another one looking.
And there's one down. Top of the batting order. Batting is number 8, Jack Wooten.
1-1. Six, 4, and does he get the double play? No signal yet, so I assume he is in safe.
There's 2 away. Next up to the plate, number 24, Brady Wooten.
All right, so the 6-4-3 double play unsuccessful. However, the 6-4 fielder's choice tag out is in effect, so 2 down now. Bulldogs have a runner, remains on first. Runner goes, throw is off the mark and safe. This takes a 3-1 now on the count. And down the pike, full count. Calumet is here. I've yet to see Elk City, though. And runners now on the corners.
Runners now at first and third for Sentinel. And the next batter is number 5, Jake Healer.
So meeting at the mound for the Shattuck Indians. I don't see a ball request here yet for a pitching change. We are just under 55 minutes now before the next scheduled game at 4:30. Runner will go, fakes throw in safe. Runner's now second and third rather than first and third. Perfectly positioned, RBI single, one scores. Holds them, but so basically one run will come across the plate, 10-6. Runners remain first and third.
And a run will score. Runners now on the corners. Jett Cunningham, number 9, is batting next.
Runner goes in safe. Back to second and third for the base runners for the Bulldogs. In high ball one. In for a strike, 1-1. Fouls it off, 1-2. Nice rip. Another RBI is going to send him, so we're going to have one score, 2 on his way to RBI single.
2 runners come across the plate, and we now have a 10-8 ball game.
And I think this will be the pitching change that the coach was going out on the mound earlier to prevent. And that will be the case. 10-8 is your score. Shattuck remains in the lead, but Sentinel has cut it in half.
The next batter is set to be number 17, Will Leslie.
Bulldogs also get their first inning with 3 runs to score.